Okay, we're back for number 27 of the quiz, and just to do the big shout outs first, and big shout out to Billy. Billy Gray, he got a 28 this week, and that's including that he didn't like the music, he doesn't like the music round, so we're getting a 28 and not doing well in the music round's a good score. Jane and Davey got a 27, good score. Josie and Bill got a 27, I think it did, and Rita and Stevie got around about the 27 mark. Big shout out to Andre too, and Dawn and John, who's getting up there with the scores as well. And I'm just looking at the music round. We're gonna hit the music round first, and I've just went off course. When I got to number 6, I started doing general knowledge from 7 and 8, but I don't think I've replaced the other 2 music rounds. There are 2 music questions, but no. So we're gonna go on. Right, number 1. Listen to the ground. There is movement all around is the first words of which 70s disco hit? Listen to the ground. There is movement all around is the first words of which 70s disco hit? And number 2. What's the name of Miley Cyrus's father? What's the name of Miley Cyrus's father? And number 3. Number 3. What was David Bowie's real surname? What was David Bowie's real surname? Here's a tough one. I thought this was hard. Never got this myself. What was Prince's only number 1 UK hit? Okay, what was Prince's only UK number 1 hit? Number 5. Which Beatle had a solo hit with Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, brackets? Okay, so which Beatle had a solo hit with Give Me Love, brackets, Give Me Peace on Earth? And number 6. Which singer had a hit? Which singer had a hit with in 2004 with Budapest? Which singer had a hit in 2004 with Budapest? Time's it? 10 to 7. It's 10 to 7 in the morning, trying to get this done before we go to work. Number 7. Walton Hall. Walton Hall is the Open University headquarters, but what city is this in? Okay, Walton Hall, the Open University headquarters. What city is it in? Nothing to do with music. I've just went off the course when I was writing these out. And the last one in round 1. Which Italian city does Mount Vesuvius overlook? Which Italian city does Mount Vesuvius overlook? Okay, if you want to go over them, you know the score now. Rewind it if you want to go over some of them, but I'm going to give you the answers right here for round 1. Listen to the ground, there is movement all around is the first words of which 70s disco hit? It's Night Fever. And what's the name of Miley Cyrus's father? Billy Ray Cyrus. What was David Bowie's real surname? Jones. Because it was Davy Jones already in the Monkees, he had to change it, so he changed it to Bowie. What was Prince's only number 1? It's The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. And which Beatle had a solo hit with Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth? It was George Harrison. And which singer had a 2004 hit with Budapest? George Ezra. Walton Hall is the Open University headquarters, but what city is this in? It's in Milton Keynes. And which Italian city does Mount Vesuvius overlook? Naples. Okay, so write them scores out down. hopefully give you the pass mark at 24 this week, because some tough ones here. Number 1, in Edinburgh. What is Mons Meg? What is Mons Meg? Number 2, which bank is named after a town in West Yorkshire? Which bank is named after a town in West Yorkshire? Number 3, I came across this one the wee quiz last week and got this wrong. I thought I was right, but it wasn't. I checked it out. This is the right answer. What's the common nickname of a person whose surname is Miller? What's the common nickname of a person whose surname is Miller? You usually get a wee nickname. Anybody that's called Miller. And number 4, what's the most common surname in the world? In England, sorry. What's the most common surname in England? And number 5, in an interview, what did Marilyn Monroe famously say that she wore in bed? In an interview, what did Marilyn Monroe famously say she wore in bed? Number 6, East Bengal is now known by what name? East Bengal is now known by what name? Now here's one I came across the other day. I thought this was made up. I thought this was a made up saying, but it's not. An old saying, I'll be back in a jiffy. But how long would it take for someone to come back if they said I'll be back in a jiffy? So it's actually a time. It's actually a time frame, a real time frame. So I'm wanting to know, how long is a jiffy in time? So I'm not going to tell you I'm going to give you it within something, but I'll tell you when I'm giving the answers, right? Okay? Anybody gets near it, will get a point. Okay, who was killed on the 15th of March, 44 BC? Who was killed on the 15th of March, 44 BC? That's your 8 in this round. So if you want to pause that and rewind it, if you want to go over some of them, I'm going to give you the answers here. What are we up to? 7.5, nearly 8 minutes, right? In Edinburgh, what is Mons Meg? Mons Meg, it's a big cannon. The big cannon up in the castle. Which bank is named after a town in West Yorkshire? Halifax. And what's the common nickname of a person whose surname is Miller? That's Dusty. From the miller's profession of making flour, their clothes were always dusty, so they got Dusty Miller. I thought it was Windy Miller, but it was something Camberwick Green or something. Dusty Miller, not Windy. What's the most common surname in England? It's Smith. In an interview, what did Marilyn Monroe famously say she wore in bed? Chanel number 5. And East Bengal is now known by what name? Bangladesh. An old saying, I'll be back in a jiffy, but how long would it take for someone to come back if I said I'll be back in a jiffy? That's a tough one. I'm going to give you the point. If you said anything under 2 seconds, I'll give you the point. It's 1/60th of a second. So 1 jiffy equals 1/60th of a second. There's 60 jiffies in a second. So if somebody says we're back in a jiffy, a 60th of a second. So if you said anything under 2 seconds, give yourselves a point. Who was killed on the 15th of March, 44 BC? Julius Caesar. 15th of March, better known them days as the Ides of March. 15th of March, Julius Caesar. Okay, all them scores up. We're going to go on to movies and TV. Number 1. Well, Nobody's Perfect is the last line of which classic comedy film? Well, Nobody's Perfect is the last line of which classic comedy film? Number 2, which Oscar winner played Hawkeye in the 1992 version of The Last of the Mohicans? Okay, so which Oscar winner played Hawkeye in the 1992 version of Last of the Mohicans? Number 3, Neil Buchanan taught kids how to draw in which TV show? Neil Buchanan taught kids how to draw in which TV show? He was good. Remember David? He went to a fancy dress party dressed up as this guy. Got the gear. Okay, number 4. What nationality was Tintin creator Hergé? What nationality was the Tintin's creator Hergé? And number 5. Which 1953 Arthur Miller play is based on the Salem witch trials? Which 1953 Arthur Miller play is based on the Salem witch trials? Here's a few tough ones. I think will you remember this one or not? Caroline might. Rita might. Which actress and former model did John Travolta marry in 1991? Okay, so which actress and former model did John Travolta marry in 1991? Here's a gimme for Billy, Josie, and Stevie. What are the dying words of Charles Kane in the film Citizen Kane? What are the dying words of Charles Kane in the film Citizen Kane? And number 8, which 1984 movie starred Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone? Which 1984 movie starred Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone? Okay. Just want to pause that and go back on some of them. I'm going to give you the answers here. Well, Nobody's Perfect is the last line of which classic comedy film? It's Some Like It Hot. And which Oscar winner played Hawkeye in the 1992 version of The Last of the Mohicans? It's Daniel Day-Lewis. And Neil Buchanan taught kids how to draw in which TV show? It was Art Attack. And what nationality was the Tintin creator Hergé? He was Belgian. And in which 1953 Arthur Miller play is based on the Salem witch trials? That's The Crucible. And which actress and former model did John Travolta marry in 1991? It was Kelly Preston. And what are the dying words of Charles Kane in the film Citizen Kane? It's Rosebud. In which 1984 movie starred Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone? It was a country and western film called Rainstone. Rainstone. Okay, all them scores up. We're going to go to the wee general one here. We're coming up to 14 minutes, so we're going time. Number 1. US TV personality Bobby Christina Brown, who died in 2015, was the daughter of which former singer? USA TV personality Bobby, B-O-B-B-I, Bobby Christina Brown, that's Christina with a K, who died in 2015, was the daughter of which female singer? Number 2. The gunpowder plot was a failed assassination attempt on which monarch? The gunpowder plot, they tried to blow up a Houses of Parliament, was a failed assassination attempt on which monarch? Number 3. Lapland is part of which country? Lapland is part of which country? Number 4, what is nitrous oxide more commonly known as? What is nitrous oxide more commonly known as? And number 5, where is the ancient fishing village Capernaum located? Okay, where is the ancient fishing village of Capernaum located? I'm looking at the country. Which country is Capernaum in? Okay, number 6. What are Walker's crisps known as in most of Europe? Okay, I've actually bought a couple of packets of these over the years in Benidorm and all, but I didn't actually know they were Walker's, but they're under a different name. Okay, so what are Walker's crisps known as in most of Europe? Number 7. Which alcoholic drink was first to be advertised on British television? Which alcoholic drink was first to be advertised on British television? Okay, so what was the first alcoholic drink to be advertised on British television? And number 8, one for Jerry. The historic town of Gettysburg is in which US state? The historic town of Gettysburg, everybody's heard of Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln and all. So which US state is Gettysburg in? Okay, I'm going to go over some of them. We're coming up to 17 minutes here. I'll give you the answers here. US TV personality Bobby Christina Brown, who died in 2015, was the daughter of which former female singer? Whitney Houston. Number 2, the gunpowder plot was a failed assassination attempt on which monarch? James I. Lapland is part of which country? Finland. Number 4, what is nitrous oxide more commonly known as? Laughing gas. Where is the ancient fishing village Capernaum located? Which country? Where is the ancient fishing village Capernaum located? In which country? It's in Israel. And what are Walker's crisps known as in most of Europe? Lays, L-A-Y-S, Lays. And number 7, which alcoholic drink was first to be advertised on British television? It's Baby Sham. Baby Sham. The historic town of Gettysburg is in which US state? It's in Pennsylvania. Okay, we're going on the last round here. So keep them scores up and see if you can get towards it, past the 25 mark. Number 1, what is the driest continent on Earth? Okay, look, by driest we're saying the least amount of rainfall every year. So what is the driest continent on Earth? And by driest we're saying the least amount of rainfall every year. Number 2, one of my wee favourites. Number 2, Yakety Sax was an instrumental music piece played during comedy chase scenes in which TV show? Okay, so Yakety Sax was an instrumental music piece played during comedy chase scenes in which TV show? Number 3, who is the central character in Washington Irving's book, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? It's another one for Billy. What is the central character in Washington Irving's book, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Number 4, France have won it 5 times. The UK has won it 5 times, but Ireland have won it 7 times. What is it? Okay, so France have won it 5 times, the UK 5 times. Ireland have won it 7 times. What is it? And number 5. Which regular race on the Formula 1 calendar takes place on a street circuit? Okay, so which regular race on the Formula One circuit takes place on a street circuit? Number 6. The headquarters of Samsung are located in which Asian country? Okay, the headquarters of Samsung are located in which ancient country? Asian, not ancient, Asian country. Oh. Okay, number 7. What name was given to 19th century textile workers who destroyed machinery as a form of protest? Okay, what name was given to a 19th century textile workers who destroyed machinery as a form of protest? Okay, number 8. What does Man United, Billy won't like this one. What does Man United and the Belgian international side have in common? What does Manchester United and the Belgian international side have in common? Okay, so if you want to go back to them, go over some of your answers. I'm going to give you the answers right here. I hope you just get on their way to over 24, 25. Because there's some tough ones this week. Because Jean and Davey and all, they're getting too big of scores. We'll have to cut them back a bit. Right, number 1. What's the driest continent on Earth? By driest, we're saying the least amount of rainfall. It's not Africa. It is Antarctica. Where hardly any rain ever falls. Antarctica. Yakety Sax was an instrumental music piece played during comedy chase scenes in which TV show was Benny Hill. When they're getting chased in slow-mo, we speeded it up and all the wee saxophone playing it. Yakety Sax, you call that Yakety Sax. Who is the central character in Washington Irving's book, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? The film as well. It is Ichabod Crane. Ichabod Crane. France have won it 5 times, the UK 5 times, and Ireland have won it 7 times. What is it? It's the Eurovision Song Contest. And which regular race on the Formula One calendar takes place on a street circuit? Monaco. The headquarters of Samsung are located in which Asian country? South Korea. And what name was given to 19th century textile workers who destroyed machinery in a form of protests? They were Luddites. Luddites. And the last one this round. What does Man United and the Belgium international side have in common? I think Billy's wrote down they're both rubbish. No. They both have the same nickname, the Red Devils. They're both nicknamed the Red Devils. Right, what up them scores, and let me know how you's done. And I think I've still got a wee bit of a cough from this old thing I had the other week, couple of weeks. So we're going to get ready for work here. It's 7:10. Don't start the 8:30 anyway. Right, I'll see you all next week, and let me know how you're done. Okay, have a good, it's not even a weekend, what day is this? Tuesday. Right, see you all next week. Have a good week.